So the Grey Fox is a widely disliked Uber, especially over her first two forms, and while I could vouch for her, that would be distracting myself from the point I want to make today, which is my complaint about her talent upgrades. I'm Crane, and this is Retalent. First and foremost, none of them help reinforce her role as a backliner and chipper, and none of them cover her weaknesses at all either. They're completely situational at best, and feel just randomly tacked on. The cost down is probably the best of the three, but doesn't really cover any issues she initially had. Curse immunity doesn't really make much sense either. Anytime relics are paired up with red or alien enemies, the stage usually isn't a fit for her in the first place. Warp immunity is probably the worst offender of all of these. It's practically a downgrade when you really get into it. So my first thought was a new trait. I immediately went towards Relic. She would be pretty interesting against relics. She has a good range to target some of the better backliners, and weaken some of the stronger pushers. This would also make Curse immunity actually useful. She could help weaken Otham or Magma Joe, or push back Old Horns, and if Sorels get caught in the crossfire, that's also pretty great. Now for the last one, I have a few written down that could help. If we want to go full support backliner, then I think we should upgrade our Weaken. My psychology for this is that it's a debuff that feels underutilized, especially right now, and these three hypothetical traits are all heavy pushers through damage one way or another. This would also make it less taxing to knock her back a little bit, considering she would be able to take more damage, and this is especially helpful with how, well, incompetent she is up close. On the more offensive side, I've thought of two different things that could replace Cost Down, the first being Strengthen. This would be both a remedy for her slow attack rate, but also a bolster to her chip damage and offensive capabilities. While this is a general improvement, I thought of something for a more specialist purpose that could also fill this role, which I don't like as much, but would also be pretty good, which is Strong Against. This is a returning ability from the Black Cat. I didn't really want to use the White Rabbit slow. I don't know if it's a weird take, but I feel like that would be a bad combo with Weaken and Knockback. She already has a lot, and I think she would need a bit more of a specialist damaging ability with her. Now I've been mixing and matching these for a while, and I don't really know which combo I like the most, but these are probably the most ideal talents to give to someone like the Grey Fox. It generally improves her role, while also trying to patch a few of her weaknesses, while not making her completely flawless. Of course, I guess I was also considering attack speed up a little bit, but looking back, I don't think that would be as strong as everyone thinks it would be. Maybe make that an Ultra Talent. Actually, I think a Wave would also be a good second Ultra Talent. That's all I really have for this one. A small list of comprehensive hypothetical new talents, and I think I did a pretty good job with them. While I can't really nail down one objective combination, I hope I gave you a few ideas of what would really work with her. I'd like to hear your input. Anyways, take care. Hello, a little update. I think any of you who are watching this may have noticed something's a little different with how I sound. This is a new mic. I'm testing it out a little bit, and I'm tuning it like hell. I was actually tuning it in the middle of recording, so if I ended up sounding different through the middle of the video, sorry. I just got this thing. I don't know. Remember when I said I was going to make this video in March? In April? Yeah, that was kind of funny. I don't know where the time went, really. I was just thinking about bigger projects, and I'm starting to lose a little bit of interest in tower defense, which actually might be its own video one day. But otherwise, most of it is just on me. I didn't really keep my promise. I need to get better at scheduling things. Anyways, next time I'll be covering a super rare instead.
Come